I cut off both my step-parents the second my real parents died. My parents divorced when I was 3, so I don't remember them ever being together. After that, my dad remarried 4 different times. My mom married a man named Rick when I was 5. Rick was awful to me. He came home drunk, most nights, and would explode over the smallest things, like a toy left on the floor, or me being too loud while watching cartoons. He never physically hit me, but he'd get inches from my face and scream until I cried. My mom tried to calm him down, but she was scared of him too. Rick and my mom had 2 kids together, my half-brother and half-sister. And he made it painfully clear that I wasn't the same as them. He'd take them out for ice cream and leave me behind. At Christmas, they get brand new bikes, while I unwrapped socks. One night when he was drunk, he told me I was just a reminder that my mom had been with another man before him. My mom knew how bad it was, but she never left. I think she was afraid, or maybe she convinced herself the kids needed a father in the house. The day I turned 18, I moved out. After that, I only came back to visit my mom and my half-siblings. 5 years ago, my mom was diagnosed with cancer. It progressed quickly. 1 month she was fine, and the next she was in hospice. I was holding her hand when she passed. Rick stood on the other side of the bed crying. The day after the funeral, Rick called to ask when I was coming over to help sort through my mom's belongings. I told him I wasn't coming back. He sounded confused and asked what I meant. I said, the only reason we were ever family was because of Mom. She's gone now, so we're done. He started yelling about how I was being disrespectful and that I was still part of the family. I hung up and blocked his number. Later, my half-brother and sister texted me to say they understood and didn't blame me. They'd always known how badly Rick treated me growing up. Then 2 months ago, I got a call from my stepmother, Linda. I hadn't spoken to my dad in nearly 20 years. We had a major argument when I was 19 over money he owed me, and after that, we just never talked again. Linda told me he'd had a heart attack and died. I felt a little sad, but mostly numb-like hearing about the death of a distant relative you barely knew. I told Linda I was sorry for her loss. She asked if I'd be coming to the funeral, and I said probably not. She sounded hurt, but said she understood. About a week after the funeral, she called again. She asked if we could meet for coffee to talk about my dad and mentioned she had some of his belongings she thought I might want. I told her, as kindly as I could, that I didn't think we needed to stay in touch. She went quiet and then asked why. I explained that the only connection we had was through my dad, and since he was gone, there wasn't really a reason to continue a relationship. She started crying and said she had always thought of me as family, even though my dad and I weren't close. I did feel bad, but I didn't change my mind. Linda had never been unkind to me, but we barely knew each other. In 15 years, we'd maybe had 10 conversations. It felt forced to suddenly act like we were close, just because my dad had died. My girlfriend thinks I'm being cold. She says Linda was just trying to be kind and include me, but I don't see it that way. These people were only in my life because circumstances put them there. Now that my parents are gone, I don't feel like I owe anyone a relationship.